All right, let's dive into a modern digital mystery, one that might just make you look twice at your social media feed. It's called the dead internet theory, and it asks a really unsettling question. Is anyone you're talking to online actually real?
I mean, think about it. You've been there, right? Scrolling late at night, digging through comments or replies, and you just get this weird feeling that something isn't quite right. The conversations feel recycled, maybe? The reactions are all just a little too predictable? Yeah, you're definitely not alone in feeling that.
That exact feeling has led some people to think of the internet, or at least big chunks of it, as a kind of digital ghost town. You know, a place that used to feel so alive, just bustling with unique, weird human interactions, but now feels strangely quiet, even when it's supposedly full of posts and people. And it's this very specific feeling of emptiness we're honing in on. You're on a platform with literally millions of users, yet the interactions just feel hollow. The content seems to pop up out of nowhere and trend for no good reason. It's this nagging sense that the organic, chaotic, purely human part of it all is just fading away.
Well, there's actually a name for this whole phenomenon, a theory that tries to put a label on that eerie feeling, and it's called the dead internet theory.
So, what is it exactly?
At its heart, the dead internet theory is a conspiracy theory, no doubt about it, and it claims that the vast majority of online activity is no longer human. The idea is that the internet has been quietly and systematically taken over by bots, AI, and even paid human operators.
And the people who believe this, well, they suggest a pretty specific timeline. They pinpoint the big shift, starting sometime around 2016. They believe that today, right now, most of what we see, we're talking posts, comments, likes, maybe even entire articles, is artificially generated. And the end game, the future, well, that's a completely curated, faked reality, all manipulated by some hidden group or agency. Okay, so a theory this huge needs some proof, right? Of course. Supporters believe the clues are hiding in plain sight, scattered all over the place in our daily online lives. So let's follow the evidence trail they point to. First up, you've got those unnaturally similar comments you see everywhere, right? Often posted just seconds apart under totally different videos or news stories. Then there are the tidal waves of low-quality, kinda AI-sounding articles that just clog up your search results. And you add to that these content trends that seem to come from nowhere and defy all logic, and it all leads back to that one feeling we talked about, an emptiness where vibrant communities used to be. It's a pretty compelling idea, if not a little chilling, but that's not the whole story. See, there's a big twist in this tale, a completely different explanation for everything we've just seen. What if this isn't the work of some shadowy organization pulling the strings? What if the death of the internet is something, well, less sinister? And maybe something we all accidentally had a hand in creating? And this really gets to the core of the debate. On one side, you have the grand conspiracy theory. And on the other, you have a critique that argues what we're feeling is simply the natural, maybe inevitable result of modern technology and big business colliding on a massive scale. So this critique offers a totally different set of reasons. First, we have incredibly powerful AI now, like large language models, that can write text that sounds perfectly human. Then you have massive marketing campaigns and astroturfing. That's a fancy word for when companies fake grassroots support to push their product or agenda. And maybe most importantly, you have social media algorithms that are literally designed to trap us in echo chambers, which makes the internet feel way smaller, less random, and a lot less authentic. So which is it? A secret plot, or just a weird natural evolution? Well, maybe the answer doesn't matter as much as the question itself. Because when you look beyond the conspiracy theory, this whole debate forces us to face some very real, very big changes happening in our digital world. And that right there is the heart of it. Whether you think the internet is dead or just fundamentally different, the conversation itself forces us to ask a really critical question. What does authenticity even mean online anymore? When we can't tell who or what we're interacting with, it changes everything about how we build communities and how we trust each other. So the real takeaway here isn't whether you should believe in a secret plot. The real issue is what happens when that line between human and machine gets so blurry we can't see it anymore. It's about how easily public opinion can be swayed by an artificial consensus, and how our trust in the information we see, and the people we think we see it from, is quietly being eroded day by day. Which, of course, leaves us with one last lingering thought. As AI gets more and more sophisticated, as it gets better at mimicking us, our art, our conversations, how will any of us really truly know what's real anymore?